much indeed for your call. Liz Needham is the founder of StAR's for Refugees. Hello to you, Liz.
Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you. So I presume you're doing lots of things to help the people of Ukraine?
We're raising awareness and we're asking people to make monetary donations. It's not, what we're trying to discourage is unsolicited donations because they can quite often be inappropriate. And as you are aware, getting stuff across to Europe at the moment with all the Brexit legislation makes it very difficult to get things across to Europe, even for those of us who've been doing it for a long time.
So is the best thing to do then to give money to the DEC?
From the point of view of helping with the emergency campaign, give money to the DEC, or if you know of any local charities on the ground in Poland or Moldova or anywhere like that. It's important to remember that people can buy medication in Poland. They can buy sanitary things in Poland. They can buy clothing in Poland. And that also helps the Polish economy while they're taking in all of these refugees that are fleeing from Ukraine. It's not like somewhere like Lebanon or Syria where those things are not necessarily available and you need to get things over there. These kind of things are available within the EU and can be purchased there if the money is available to do so.
What do you think of this country's response so far in terms of welcoming refugees from Ukraine?
Having heard that there were 50 visas signed out of 13,500 applications, I think it's quite disgraceful. I completely understand that people want to do something tangible to help with the situation in Ukraine, and actually that is an area where they could help by writing to their MP and making it obvious that they really would like to see the government coming up with a better plan than the one they've got now. I mean, there's two routes to applying at the moment to get here, and they're talking about a third one. There really just needs to be one route. These people are fleeing from a war situation, and we ought to be letting them in.
So where do you envisage those people will then stay when they come here?
Well, there are an awful lot of people who are quite happy to open their doors to let people in and to sponsor people and let them stay with them.
Are you hearing that then?
Yes, I am hearing that. I'm hearing that a lot. I mean, we understand that in the last while with Syrian refugees, Afghan refugees, we have had an influx, but not nearly as many as have gone to other countries in Europe. Your previous caller said, imagine if it was us. Where would we go? We would really hope that the doors would be open to us somewhere if the situation was happening here.
So do you think there needs to be more of a coordinated opening of doors, so to speak, for refugees? So there's somewhere for people to properly sign up and to volunteer their spare bedrooms and their spare bathrooms?
Yes, I do absolutely think that there ought to be that. And I also think there ought to be a more coordinated response on the continent. For years, we've had the situation where people cannot apply for asylum until they actually get here. And that includes family reunification and all of that kind of thing. It would be far better that people were able to go to our consulate in this case in Europe to apply for visas there and not have to put themselves in danger on boats to arrive over here in the UK before they can actually apply for asylum.
The big question I've been asking everyone, and I'm well aware that it's a difficult one to answer, but of course ultimately it would be better if these people from Ukraine didn't need to leave their country in the first place.
Absolutely,
if their country was not being destroyed. But do you think that as a country we're doing enough to help the Ukrainians?
I mean, politically, it's a very difficult situation. I can absolutely understand President Zelensky's frustration at the fact that NATO cannot impose a no-fly zone, etc. I completely, as a human, understand his frustration at that. But I can also understand why NATO would think it would be a risk too far. And I don't know that there's a right answer in either case. I mean, I personally think that we should have been standing up to Putin from 2014 when he annexed the Crimea. But, at some point we need to take a stand against him.
Okay, good to talk to you. Thank you, Liz. Liz Needham, the founder of StAR's for Refugees.